All right, let's talk about AI, man. Let's talk about some AI because AI is really changing everything. AI is really changing everything, guys. And I'll share this with you real quick. This is a great article that I came across about the online shoppers, right? Now, I think this is something that's been out for quite some time, but Google is launching a new AI-powered tool that allows shoppers to see how clothes look on different models, right? So they launch a new tool out there where they have a whole wide range of different body types, right? And you see all the women in here. The majority of it is pretty much going to be for women because they're the ones that does a lot of the shopping and so forth. But you see the different body types in here, right? And if you're looking for a blouse or a skirt or a pair of shoes or whatever it is, this new AI is going to allow for you to see what that looks like on the different body types. And I think that's absolutely fascinating, man. I think that's absolutely fascinating. I think brother AI and me, who's in this chat right now, was the one that was telling us about this. He was the one that was telling us about this about 2 years ago and how this is being done now and how AI is helping to generate images of food and how AI is being used to build cookbooks and all this sort of stuff. Now you see that it is able to look at models from any sizes, right? Or people from any sizes when you're online shopping and with different skin tones, body types, and so forth, and really put that garment onto them and to show you what it looks like, because it may match your skin complexion. It may match your body type. It may match your head type and so forth. And I think that's pretty awesome, man. AI has just done some magnificent things over the last couple of, I say the last couple of months, because it's a big rush into it now. It's this big thing now, right? As before, we were just talking about it and they really haven't seen the real time scenarios, but now we get to physically use it. We get to use it in our everyday, which ChatGPT and Google Bard, and you see the powerfulness or the power behind it, right? It's like having an assistant for me where I can just literally tell it what to do and it goes out there and do it for me, right? I said I wanted to do something this morning. I went to Google Bard because I know ChatGPT is more of a text, does more with text and kind of gives you a good understanding of what to do. But I had this idea of how to enhance the Black Height site even more. And I wanted to figure out a way how I can screen scrape topics from different websites and then basically have those and have it rewritten from basically me, and also be able to implement that back on the Black Height site. And Google Bard basically gave me the method on how to do it. Didn't write the code for me, but it gave me the method on how to do it, on how to connect to the different sources APIs, how to then, or if not connecting to the different sources APIs, how to screen scrape, right? And then how to get that material and launch it and throw it into some sort of a database, right? And then how to take that and then to rewrite it, right? Whether that's personally writing or using AI to rewrite it in the form of a Black millionaire or a white millionaire in the thought process, the concepts like that, where it's of my thinking and how I can then take that, transform it, and then put it onto a website. Like that is what AI is here to do. It's here to give you ideas, help you execute on things that you want to execute on, give you the know-how on how to do things, guys. It's an assistant. It's that person that's right next to you, guys. And that's how you should be using it. You should be using it to enhance your everyday and to provide yourself with efficiencies and to give yourself productivity boosts. That's what AI is here for. That's what AI is here for. And I'm using it every single day. And when Google comes out with, this sort of stuff where online shoppers can try on clothes with different models, I'm like, that is pretty fascinating. That is absolutely pretty fascinating. So I wanted to share that with you guys as well. And I also wanted to share with you how doctors are using it as well, right? Doctors are using AI to basically soften the message that they have to their patients, right? So you guys know that my daughter had open heart surgery most recently, right? My daughter had open heart surgery on May 10th. And when we got that news, it was difficult, man. The doctor had to communicate that to us. And, I got to say, the doctor that we have or the doctors that we use have really good bedside manners. But there are times where I've had doctors that didn't have really good bedside manner at all. What I mean by bedside manners is, they can't articulate themselves very well. They are so distant, and they don't have an ability to have emotional intelligence to where they are able to understand what's coming out of their mouth and how it's going to impact you, right? Just imagine going to tell somebody that they have stage 4 cancer or to have stage 3 cancer or something like that, or they have to have open heart surgery. You have to tell that to a parent. You have to do it in a sensitive way because the reaction of the person that you're giving that information to is very difficult. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be all this sort of stuff. So now doctors are using AI chatbots like ChatGPT to help them deliver bad news to patients in a compassionate way, because a lot of doctors don't have that bedside manner. They don't have that bedside manner at all, right? So when I saw this article come about, I was like, man, that's pretty dope. Like, no longer are you going to have these asshole doctors. Well, you're going to still have asshole doctors no matter what, right? But no longer are they going to be intentional, or no longer should they have an excuse that they don't have bedside manners anymore, because now you have AI-powered chatbots who basically can help them to deliver that message, right? Whether they type it, right, and they, get it, read it, and know how to say it in a way that's compassionate so that it actually impacts the person a little bit less or impacts the person a little bit more and takes a little bit more of softens the blow a little bit, or, it makes it a little bit more easy for the person on the receiving end to digest versus it being, hey, you got stage 4, or hey, you only have 10 days to live, or hey, your daughter is, she needs to have open heart surgery and she needs to have it tomorrow. What do you mean she needs to have it tomorrow? Well, this is what we found and yada, yada, yada. What do you mean this is what you found and yada, yada, yada. Like that's the sort of stuff that's going to be able to help doctors and to give people who go and see doctors a little bit more confidence into our healthcare system, because a lot of people today don't have the confidence into the United States healthcare system, public healthcare system, and so forth. And quite honestly, in my opinion, I think our healthcare system, depending on where you are, is not the best. It's definitely not the best in the world. I don't think it's top 10 in the world or top 20 in the world, right? So there are other countries that have better healthcare systems, better ways of how they treat people, and better ways how they serve people when they are ill, and the care that they get and so forth. And it's not just like a factory. I think that's what the United States have done wrong, is everything is so big box. It's so, let's get a patient in, let's get a patient out, let's get a patient in, let's get a patient out. We don't know what's going on with you. Well, you got to sit there and so forth. And it's not the best. It's not a one size fit all, but that's what they try to do. So I think this is going to be helpful. I think AI is showing its face to be very, very helpful in situations like this, for online shopping, as well as for doctors who have bad bedside manners, and they'll learn how to communicate a little bit more effectively to soften the blow whenever they have to deliver bad news to you guys. So I wanted to share that with you as well too. And there's others that AI it's very helpful for, and you guys can come across these articles. I'll leave the link into the description of this live stream today so that you guys can go back and read through it and so forth. But I thought that was absolutely fascinating that AI has really, really taken off. And you got companies like, Microsoft, who's leading the charge in this thing, who has invested into ChatGPT, and they're saying their revenues are going to go up about 10 billion this year. That is absolutely insane. Game changing, right? I tell you one thing, the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, brilliant, absolute brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Him going after ChatGPT with the partnership, or I don't know if they bought him or not, or invested into him or not, but that bet is paying off, and it's going to pay off because they have the tools. They have the tools in order for them to, make a game changer or lead the way in AI in all sorts of capacities, from cloud to content to everything else that's out there where you can use AI for. So Microsoft is doing fantastic. And guys, I'll tell you like this, I don't typically talk about finances or things like that, but I have big bets on Microsoft. I've always had big bets on Microsoft because of the CEO that's sitting at the helm there. Microsoft is doing some fantastic things on the AI front. And there's others out there. There's a race right now, but I think Microsoft is doing a fantastic job, and they're leading in that space right now, at least from the public companies that are out there. Google probably second or third in that area, but Microsoft definitely has the number one spot. Oracle is actually crushing it right now as well too. Their stock has gone through the roof this year, and when Oracle was that what a lot of people deemed as that old software company that hasn't done on anything, right? They buy companies and let them die, or they don't innovate or anything like that. But Oracle's is, if you look at their stock this year, they're climbing. It's been Oracle stock actually has been the highest since this year. Then the last time it was that level was 2009. Something that I read the other day is their stock has gone up a significant amount. I think over 46% this year. And the last time it's grown that fast in its typical year was 2009. And look how long that was ago. Almost 20 years ago, guys. Almost 20 years ago. That's why it's also important to think about the longevity of companies, right? Because when you're investing into your finances and you're investing into companies, look at the longevity behind them, right? The companies that sit there and last for a long time, even though they go through years and years and years where they're not at the peak anymore, they're able to turn it around very, very quick because of leaders that they have. Larry Ellison has been the leader of Oracle for a very long time, and he buys companies and he sells them, or he buys companies, integrate them, and whatever it is, but they still have the ability to grow. And not only that, have a financial backing that's huge. And he's, I think, number 4 or 5 in the US as far as top billionaires now, taking over Bill Gates, right? And he's been out of the top 10 for a long time. But in just this 1 year, his wealth has gone up a significant amount. It's absolutely crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway,